In this video, we're going to talk about an uneasy alliance, when enemies become reluctant partners. Alrighty then, this is a comic book review of The Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 42, brought to you by RatedComics. Let's get to it. So previously in Gunslinger Spawn, Gunslinger and Godsend agreed to an uneasy truce as they hunt for the same person. Godsend wants to look for his daughter. Gunslinger Spawn wants to look for his sister Amy. You gotta go back a little bit. So the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services in Washington, D.C., the specter of a non-public file is poured over, giving concern to the man now reading this. And it's a picture of Javier, the gunslinger. So this guy walks in and says, I see you had a chance to look at the file. What are your thoughts? And he's like, we're in the corner. And the guy with the glass is like, yes, we are. We're in a very tight corners. We just got word from the Colombians. They pressured their cartel. Having been holding 3 American citizens, they've offered a 3-for-1 prisoner swap. And the guy with the mustache is like, let me guess. The guy in this photo right here, that's who they want that swap with, right? Yeah. He's a son of one of their crime lords, and the president wants this swap to happen because he's getting pressure from every angle about the economy and the uptick in these superhumans that seem to be scaring some voters right now. So he needs a political victory someplace. And the guy with the stash is like, did you look at the file? Nah, been busy with the White House. Well, let me tell you something. We got a huge problem. This Javier guy, according to our records, he's dead, along with everyone else in a small town that mysteriously got wiped out on American soil. And the guy with the glasses is asking, are you talking about the county case? He's on that list with those victims? Oh yes, he is. Well, if the cartel finds that list and thinks that this man died on our soil, a war is gonna break out. And how the heck can a dead man recently be arrested? This makes no damn sense. So now go back to exactly where we left off in the previous issue of The Gunslinger. The carnage of war is on full display. So Gunslinger and Godsend are just there like standing over these angels looking victorious. So Gunslinger's like, well, those that flew away will tell their boss what we did here. So what's the next move? And Godsend's like, well, let's find the one that could speak and let's see where they flew to. So Gunslinger Spawn tells Godsend there's one over there that still looks alive. So Godsend puts his foot on his neck. Your commander who gave him his orders, and you only get one chance to answer truthfully. So the angel's like, the High Court of Prosperity. The High Court? So Godsend's like, so the General Matias give the order? Angel's like, yeah, I think so. Is he on Earth now? And the angel responds with yes. So Godsend tells Gunslinger, give me your gun, I need it. So Gunslinger Spawn tells him there's only one bullet left, and Godsend's like, that's enough for me, that's plenty. He does the business and tells Gunslinger Spawn it is time to leave. So meanwhile in Madrid, Spain, they're getting reports from America that Godsend has returned from exile. So this angel's like, okay, so let's assume he'll take up right where he left off, and he's never been one for discretion. So he'll do whatever he has to, and probably in very public fashion too. Which side is he going on? Especially if he's hooked up with that Gunslinger Spawn. So I'm led to believe he's taking the side of Gunslinger. So his informants tell him, look, they'll destabilize the covert missions. They keep popping up in the public. Gunslinger has been all over the local news lately. And so this angel in black is like, yes, both of them have been quite the thorns in my side. And this goes way back to Gunslinger Spawn issue number 1 and 2. But God Surrogates wants us to focus on Hell and their new queen, which he's talking about next. She's planning to overtake the heaven. And yeah, Nyx is kind of doing her own thing right now, ever since she took over the throne of Hell. So this angel black tells them, which makes Godsend's return all the more annoying. Send a messenger. Tell them it would be wise for us all to meet, okay? And the henchman's like, yes sir, we'll do that. And one more thing, he opens up his arsenal closet. Angel in black says, I like to have a backup plan. So find me the family member Godsend was willing to throw his career away for. I know something about that. So back in America, Godsend and Gunslinger Spawn are flying to where they need to go. And Gunslinger Spawn's like, why can't you just use your magic? I mean, if you can't use your magic while you carry me, this ain't fun, man. Plus, I hope you got a good grip on me because I'm not that light. I had a big lunch, you know what I mean? So Godsend tells him my grip is fine, but behind them there's a helicopter that's fully armed and ready to engage and blasts off on them. Blast off first, questions later. So Godsend's like, what the heck? You have another little pistol because you gotta shoot this guy in the rotor. all right? In the rotor tail, shoot him in the rotor tail. And Gunslinger Spawn's like, what the heck is that? Godson doesn't know that Gunslinger Spawn is from the 1860s, so helicopters weren't around back then. So he tells him to shoot the damn thing in the back, and Gunslinger does that. So after he successfully shoots the helicopter in the back and the helicopter goes down for the count, Godson has to take them down too. Reason being is they need to lay low for a while, and plus they know they're going to send more. Godson's like, the humans have technology to track astral energy. If we haven't been spotted, we can get a lot further by now. So Gunslinger Spawn tells him, stop your fuss, and he takes out the raptor that he took away from Wahia's pet in the previous issue, and the pet transforms into Hell Stallion. As Godson nears the horse, the creature triggers into a wild frenzy, like, no, back up away from me. I don't know you like that. I don't trust you. So Gunslinger tells him, your wings. He thinks you're an enemy. Hide your heaven wings now. So his wings get folded away, calming the demon horse down. So they ride away and they want to know what direction they're going. And they're going south. So the two discuss how they won't be able to approach Matias head on, but they need a more stealthy approach about it. So they figure out a plan as they look into this town that they're riding on. So the acreage on the edge of town away from prying eyes, this guy petting his cat, just purring and meowing on his laps. He tells his cat, I know, baby, I know. Someone's watching us. They've been there for a few minutes now, and I wish I had the courage to show themselves to me, but don't be chicken shit. Do the damn thing. So Godson's like, that's ironic, worrying about others hiding themselves. Always thought of you as a self-assured cocky prick. This is General Matias right here. And Godson wants to probe at him some more. What was it like not having any soul of your own? Always just mimicking everything God told you to say? Must be a hollow feeling never to be your own man. So you want to act like a puppet? Then I'll gut you right here, right now. So Matias like, mister, you're scaring me and my cat. Just say what you came here to say. So Gunslinger Spawn comes out, hold it, before this guy starts shooting things, we're here looking for this man's daughter. He thinks she might have a clue about it. Old man tells him, don't know anything about that. Scripture says we all need to pick a side, except our pastor says one side has the devil on it. Letting Godson know of the side that he's picking. And Godson's like, man, I picked my side a long time ago before I was corrupted, as you would say. So Gunslinger Spawn's like, hey, Godson, you're hurting him. I'm not. This is just a con, an illusion. And he tosses General Matias to the side, puts his foot on his neck, and tells him, I'll break your neck if you keep lying to me like that. So Gunslinger Spawn tells him, you're crushing his throat and he can't tell you nothing if he can't speak. So chill, back away. I'm gonna put a gun to your head because I'm giving you a chance so he can say his piece. I'm not gonna go around letting you kill people for anything and anything they say, even if it's true, just because you don't like it. Remember, this is about your daughter. Focus on that. Godson's like, man, get that weak ass gun up out of my face, alright, before you lose your arm. So as tensions flare, their attention is shattered as the loud hiss from the pet cat sends them a warning as something descends towards them. Gunslinger and Godson have thought they scared away the few surviving angels from their battle. They thought they sent them scurrying away towards their masters, so none of them would even be foolish enough to try them again. But none would dare to undertake a suicide mission. But this guy is not about doing a suicide mission, so Gunslinger Spawn wants to know what this is about. And Godson's like, he's not a warrior. From what I can see, he looks more like a messenger. And the messenger tells him, my lord's emissary requests a gathering with him, but we must leave now. You are in a forbidden area where the outcasts live. You're not safe here. Safe from what? Says Godson. Suddenly, the angel is struck down as the old man and his cat begin to glow. Godson had said that the old man's visage was an illusion. He knew this from their past encounters with their kind. What he hadn't taken into account was the man's pet also hiding behind the same facade. Or that unlike the angel who had been blasted from the sky, this pair bore the markings from the elite faction of the hunters known as the Silencers. Okay, so now we got new threats over here. I'll drink some coffee to that. And then also, 2,000 miles away in Langley, Virginia, events are unfolding at the Pentagon that will draw Gunslinger into a much more deadlier battle. So at Langley, they're talking to this guy with the shades and the suit. They're asking him, is it hostile? Well, we just received images of the disturbances. All available forces in a 400-mile radius have been dispatched. This isn't some kind of underwater fissure. It's a creature of some kind, larger than anything we've ever seen before. And then we see this clip, this panel right here, of exactly where we left off in Spawn issue number 363, where all hell on Earth is about to break loose. It's unknown, but it's heading east towards the west coast. We assess that if it is hostile at its scale, the destruction it will cause could be massive, directly tying Gunslinger Spawn to the conclusion of Spawn issue number 363, and that is the end of Gunslinger Spawn issue number 42, Uneasy Alliance, when enemies become reluctant partners. But you know what? A lot of uneasy stuff is about to happen right now. So what you guys think of this comic book? Comment below, let me know, and also link in description if you wish to add this comic book and or any of our other limited print rated comic exclusives to add to your comic book collection. Support the art, support the industry. With all that being said, thank you again for watching. Till the next upload.